Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scared204 here, bringing you another Minecraft WW1 vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Tsar tank. The Tsar tank was a very unusual Russian armored vehicle. It was first designed in 1914, and the project was eventually scrapped after initial tests deemed the vehicle to be vulnerable to artillery fire. The tank itself differed from modern tanks in that it did not use caterpillar tracks. Rather, it used a tricycle design, meaning it does not suit the modern definition of a tank. The two front-spoked wheels were nearly 9 meters in diameter, and the rear-mounted third wheel was only 1.5 meters high. The upper cannon turret reached a height of nearly 8 meters, and the hull was 12 meters wide with two more cannon in sponsons. Additional weapons were also planned under the belly. Each wheel was powered by a 250 horsepower Sunbeam engine. The huge wheels were intended to cross significant obstacles, however, due to miscalculations of the weight, the rear wheel was prone to getting stuck in soft ground and ditches, and the front wheels were sometimes insufficient to pull it out. This led to a fiasco of tests before the High Commission in August 1915. The tank remained in the location where it was tested, some 60 kilometers from Moscow, until 1923 when it was finally taken apart for scrap. So this tank here is obviously one of the most meme tanks you could really say that's out there. I really do not know what the real idea was. Who thought this tank was I should say armored vehicle, because it's not really a tank. But whoever thought this armored vehicle was a good idea, I just don't understand it. I mean, the Mark V, A7V, both good tanks for their time, were very groundbreaking and basically, led to the tanks we saw in World War II and even tanks that we see today. This, on the other hand, was just a complete mess from the start. I don't get it. It's just a super weird vehicle and something that is also somewhat of a recognizable vehicle because it's just so unique in its sense. This was a contest winner's suggestion or basically request, which I finally got around to, so glad we can finally get to it. It's just a big, daunting vehicle that really, I built a while ago and just really haven't wanted to touch because it's just so daunting to look at and I have to build because it's absolutely massive. So anyways, going ahead and taking a look at the vehicle, we'll go ahead and do that. So to start off with, we have obviously the middle axle here that goes in between the two big spoked wheels. Obviously the wheels here, both sides, exactly the same mirror images of each other. Working our way back, we have the hull here for the tank. Again, a very weird hull, but it's got two cannons here on both sides and sponsons. It's also got a top kind of, I really don't know what you really want to call it, a machine gun nest up here with machine guns around the top there. And on the bottom, there's also a machine gun, kind of like little section that pop out on the bottom here as well with machine guns and all that stuff. Different viewports, presumably probably for like the driver and crew and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, that's pretty much the tank. On the back here, we have a door to get in, and we have basically the back wheel back here. Overall, it is a very weird vehicle, probably one of the most absurd vehicles we've ever built on the channel, but something that definitely will be fun and interesting in a way to incorporate into your World War I scenarios and stuff like that. What could have been a mass Russian charge with these Tsar tanks definitely would be a funny but terrifying sight nonetheless. Anyways, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer, layer number 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving into our first layer, we have layer number 1. Now, for the structuring of the tutorial for this vehicle, we'll be going ahead and doing half on camera, half off. What this means, I'll be doing half the build on half of the basically vehicle on camera, and the other half is up to you guys to copy it over. This vehicle is a bit unique in the sense that it is even number wide, so I will be talking about a little bit in terms of connecting the vehicle up to itself and everything like that once we get around to that. But let's go ahead and dive into our first layer, layer 1. Now, what we're going to do to start off with is we're going to be going ahead and building the base here of the wheels. So for this to get started here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some green hardened stained clay. We want to go and place down a row of 2 of green hardened stained clay. We then want to place down 2 dark oak wood top slabs that are going to be coming off this row of 2 green stained clay toward the front. So we're going to have our front facing that direction, we're going to place down 2 dark oak with top slabs like that. Back from this green stained clay block, this row 2 here, we're going to place down an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of green stained clay back. We're going to go ahead and also grab ourselves some stone buns and place down stone buns on the first row of green stained clay. We're going to skip the second row and then go to the third row, stone bun on both sides. Fourth row, same thing, stone bun on both sides here. And then our last row right here, our sixth row back, we're going to place down stone buns on both sides as well. We then just want to take dark oak with top slabs, place down a row of 2 dark oak with top slabs across the back row like that. Now, in between these wheels here, we're going to want to go ahead and make sure we have a space of 14. I can just go and double check the count here just to make sure that we are completely correct, because I wouldn't want to make any mistakes here, and yes, it is a row of 14. So very simply, you can just place down a row of 14 blocks, or just visually count for yourself, over to the side here, and then you're just going to replicate that same wheel design right there, just like that. Now, once that's done, we can go ahead and go back from this dark oak with top slab here on the inside. So we can go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Orange just basically blocks back. I'm just kind of visually showing you how far back we're going to go ahead and go back. Once that's done, we're going to go and take our wool, and we're going to go ahead and go to the inside. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks toward the inside. We're going to go and then place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak with top slabs, and then we're going to have another 3 dark oak with top slab on this side, so we have a nice row of 6 here across. Once that's done, we're going to go to the sides. We're going to place down a dark oak with top slab back all on the side here, followed by an additional 1, 2, and 3 back. So you have a row of 5 dark oak with top slabs here on both sides, and a row of 4 going across the middle right here, or a row of 6 across the middle, however you want to look at it. Then when we get done with that, we're going to go and take stone brick stairs, place down a row of 4 in between these last dark oak with top slabs. We then want to go to the middle space here. We can place down an assortment of stone and polished andesite here. Just kind of create kind of like a textured look to the build. And then we're going to go ahead and also place down another row of stone brick upside down stairs, going off these stone blocks like that. And once you have that done, looking at it from above, you should get something that looks like this. This wheel should be centered, and we can go and then delete this section here of wool. Any placeholder blocks we place, we can go and just get rid of them now, as we do not need them. And up here in the front as well. So basically, we should have something that looks just like this from up above. Very important to make sure that your count is accurate, because if not, you're going to have your whole build thrown off. So make sure that that is correct. Other than that, we can go and move into our next layer, layer 2. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 2. With layer 1 out of the way, it's going to be a lot easier as we go on, just because we have visually everything we need to work our way off of. We won't be having to, have any more spaces and stuff like that anymore. So once we're sure that our count is accurate, it's pretty much smooth sailing from here on. But basically, to go ahead and get started here, is we're going to go and take our iron bars. We want to go ahead and place down 2 rows of 4 here on the middle 4 green stained clay blocks in these 2 rows of 6 here. Once that's done on both sides, we're going to place down 2 dark oak with slabs like that to the sides. We're then going to take green hardened stained clay blocks, place down 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks coming off those 2 dark oak with slabs again to both sides here. Stone button on the end, green stained clay blocks here, again on both sides. And that's going to do it there for the front wheel. You can go and take that same design, copy it over to the other side, and once you have that all complete, that's going to do it for the front wheels. Moving back here to the rear, for this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of green stained clay blocks on the middle 2 dark oak with top slabs. We then want to place down a dark oak with top slab, come off these 2 green stained clay blocks. To both sides of this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a dark oak with fence gate, followed by a dark oak wood fence post. We're then going to go and take signs and wrap it around the dark oak wood fence post, just like that. When that's done there, on the side here, we're going to go and place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood fence gates back, followed by a cobblestone wall. On the side of this cobblestone wall, we want to place down a sign, and we're also going to want to go ahead and go into our inventory, or our creative menu, grab ourselves an item frame, and place down a green hardened stained clay block in the item frame on the side of this cobblestone wall. So same thing here on this side as well. And then we're just going to place down a dark oak wood slab on top of this one on the end there, so you can kind of see here the design we have going on for the back. Now in the middle space here, we're going to go and place down a chiseled stone brick block coming off this cobblestone wall, followed by a row of polished andesite in between them. Again, remember we can use stone and stuff like that too mixed in with it to kind of give it a more textured look. So on the back here we can kind of mix in some stone, polished andesite, so a row of 4 of stone across the stone brick upside down stairs here. And same thing up here, we can just go ahead and kind of mix it in a little bit just to kind of get a little more detail going on there with the back wheel. Once that's all done, that is going to do it for layer 2. With that, we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 3. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and begin with, we're going to go ahead and go to the 2 rows of 4 here of iron bars and that we placed in the previous layer. We're just going to place down another row of iron bars on top of those blocks like that. After that's done, we're then going to go ahead and take our dark oak wood stairs, place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood stairs, and then over here we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the backs of the stairs facing toward the outside. Once that's all finished there, we're going to go ahead and take our dark oak wood stairs, and going back from each one of these stairs, we're going to place down a row of 2 of iron bars on both sides. Coming off these iron bars, we're going to go ahead and place down another row of 2 of dark oak wood stairs like that out to the sides. On the back of these stairs, we're going to place down a row of 2 of green stained clay, again on both sides like so. We then also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a stone button, and we're going to place down a stone button on this green stained clay block on both sides here, so this row of 2. And the last thing for the front wheels is just to place down a row of 2 there of mossy cobblestone walls on both ends, just like that. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the rear section here. What we want to do for this is we're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of green stained clay, so on top of this green stained clay block and dark oak wood top slab. Again, it's going to be the same thing right next to it, so a row of 2 and just like that. On the side of this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a stone button, and also coming off the green stained clay block toward the front wheels, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair. And once that's done, on both sides here, this row of 2 of green stained clay in the middle, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab. We then want to place down a dark oak wood fence post on top of this one from the previous layer, followed by a dark oak wood top slab that goes back from that fence post, followed by a dark oak wood slab. After the dark oak wood slab, we're going to go and place down a green carpet, and I'll kind of wrap it up there for the bracing around the wheel. Once that's done, for the wheel itself, we can go in again, just do an assortment of stone blocks. For the middle row right here, so this row 4 across, we're then going to place down a row of 4 of stone brick stairs on both sides. So just like this on both sides here. And then coming off the middle 2 stairs connecting up to these green stained clay blocks in the front here, we're just going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate, just like that, connecting to both sides like that. Once that's all done, that is going to do it for layer number 3. With that, we can go ahead and move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so real quick before we move on to layer 4, I want to make one quick adjustment. Now one thing I kind of noticed here is that with these wheels, what I did is I actually went ahead and left the inside untouched by iron bars and everything like that, just to make it flow a little bit better, because you can see here we have a little bit too much thickness going on there. So if we go ahead and delete the iron bars on the insides here, we kind of get a better look to the wheel itself, and it doesn't look as thick, doesn't look as crowded, so we're going to go and do this on both sides here for the wheel. I do apologize for that little mess up there, and you know, once that's fixed there, it does look a lot better for the spoked wheels and everything that we're going for. Anyways, with that complete, we can now move on to layer 4. Alright guys, move on to our next row. We are going to go ahead and move on to layer 4. So for layer 4, we're going to go ahead and continue working on our front wheels here and building up. We're going to place down a row of 2 of green stained clay blocks on these 2 mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to place down stone buttons on both ends of these blocks. Same thing up here in the front. Stone buttons here on both sides. Once that's done, after these green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down a row of 2 of cobblestone walls. Again, same thing here on both sides. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and grab our iron bars, and on top of the dark oak wood stair to the side here, or toward the most outside, not in the middle, we're going to place down an iron bar, followed by a second iron bar going forward. After that's done, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood stairs, so one upside down stair here, and one right next to it, so you get something that kind of looks like this from the side. Going off of this stair out to the side here, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars back. And then we just want to go ahead and copy the same thing over here to this side. So 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs facing the opposite direction. And then we're just going to place down row 2 of iron bars like this, coming off the front of the stair. And you should get something that kind of looks like this. And here's a little bit of an overview for it. You're going to do the same thing over here on this wheel. Again, remember we want to keep the inside of the wheels untouched with iron bars. Going back to the back wheel here, we're going to continue work on this. So starting off with, on this green stained clay block here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall. It's going to be the same basically on both sides here, so we have a row of 2. We then want to go ahead and go from each of these mossy cobblestone walls, place down 1, 2, and 3 green stained clay blocks going forward, followed by a dark oak wood top slab on both ends like that. We then want to go ahead and go to this green stinkwood block here, the first one, place down a stone button next to it, and then we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall next to the third green stinkwood block forward. With that done, we're going to go and take green carpet. We're going to place it down on top of these two dark oak wood fence gates here. And then we want to place down a green carpet on this dark oak wood top slab, this dark oak wood fence post, and this dark oak wood top slab here to form the corners. And with that all done, that is going to do it for layer 4. Make sure you copy what we did on the one side over to the other side. And with that all complete, that is going to complete layer 4. And we can go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer 5. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 5. For layer 5 to go ahead and continue on, we're going to go and place down a row of 2 of dark oak wood stairs on these green stinkwood blocks, followed by a row of 2 of green stinkwood blocks right behind those dark oak wood stairs. We then want to go and take stone buttons. We're going to place down stone buttons on the sides of these green stinkwood blocks and also the sides facing toward the front. Also from the previous layer, I forgot to go ahead and include that we want to place down stone buttons on these green stinkwood blocks as well, so we can go and do on this side as well. And we're going to copy the same thing, so 2 dark oak wood stairs, 2 green stinkwood blocks, and copying the same design with green stinkwood blocks, stone buttons on all the sides around here, like that. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down an iron bar on top of this mossy cobblestone wall right here. We then want to grab ourselves a dark oak wood fence post, place down a dark oak wood fence post, a iron bar that's going to go on top of this iron bar right here, followed by another iron bar on top of this dark oak wood stair right here. We then want to place down another dark oak wood fence post, followed by 2 iron bars. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence post, followed by, again, 2 iron bars. And then we just want to place down... Okay, so this dark oak wood fence post is actually going to be moved back to this iron bar right here, so my bad on that one. We're then going to place down 2 iron bars like this, a dark oak wood fence post, and an iron bar like that for the side of the wheels there. And you should get something that kind of looks like that, basically for that. So that'll be copied over to the other side, obviously, and you'll have your front wheels done for this layer. Moving to the back here, we're going to start off by placing down a green stinkwood block, or basically 2 green stinkwood blocks on these 2 dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to go ahead and go back 1 and 2 blocks from it, so we have 2 rows of 3. On the end of the 2 rows of 3, going back toward the wheel, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate opened up on both sides. We're then going to take some mossy cobblestone walls, place down 1 and 2. Mossy cobblestone walls along the side here, and we're also going to place down a stone button on the side, both sides of this row 2 of green stinkwood right here. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 4 of dark oak wood upside stairs, going across the mossy cobblestone walls and 2 green stinkwood blocks. Coming off the dark oak wood upside down stairs, we're going to go ahead and basically go forward a little bit, and we're going to count some place orders here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Spaces forward, we're going to place down a row of 4 of green stained clay. So 2 rows of 4 here in the middle, and then a row of 2 here out to the sides there like that. Now we then want to go and take stone buttons, and on the ends of these green stained clay blocks here, the sides, we're going to go and place down stone buttons all the way around, just like that. And we should get something that kind of looks like this so far from up above. And you can clearly see some of the Tsar tanks starting to take a little bit of shape. Anyways, that's going to do it for layer 5. Let's move on to layer 6. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6, we're going to start off and place down another row of 2 green stained clay on top of this one from the previous layer. And coming off the green stained clay blocks toward the front, we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls. We then want to go and go back from this green stained clay block. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 iron bars, followed by a dark oak wood fence post on top of this iron bar right here. We're then going to go ahead and place down a row of 1 and 2 iron bars going toward the middle here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this, followed by another dark oak wood stair come out the front of it, so you get something that looks just like that. We're then going to copy the same thing we did over here to the back of the wheel. So 2 iron bars, followed by a dark oak wood fence post, followed by 1, 2, and 3 iron bars back. We're then going to go ahead and take some green hardened stained clay and place down a row 2 across the back here, 2 mossy cobblestone walls as well, right behind those green stained clay blocks. With that all finished there, that's going to do it for the wheel. You're going to copy that same design, obviously, to the other side there. Going toward the back here, we're going to go and place down a row of 4 of green stained clay. So we're going to go ahead and start on the second row from the previous layer. Place down a row of 2 of green stained clay on top of it, followed by 1, 2, and 3 blocks back. So you have 2 rows of 4. They stick out one past these dark oak wood upside down stairs. Once that's done, we're going to do the same thing we did before. So dark oak wood fence gates here opened up on the end here on both sides. And then moving to the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall coming off the second the row right here of green stained clay across, and then we're going to go and place down a mossy cobblestone wall on both sides of the third row of 2 going across. Also on the first row here, we're going to place down a stone button on both ends. And then we're also going to place down a row of 4 green stained clay across the space right here with a stone button on both ends of it. And then we just want to take dark oak with top slabs and place down a row of 4, coming off those 4 green stained clay blocks here for the back. Going ahead and moving on to the kind of like little turret box thingy here. It is going to be the same continued, so we're just going to go ahead and place down 2 dark oak with stairs facing each other. We then want to place down a row of 2 green stained clay across the middle here, followed by a green shulker box to the side. We're going to repeat the same row across the middle here as well. So 2 green stained clay blocks in the middle, a shulker box on both sides, and then coming up to the front here, we're going to place down again 2 dark oak with stairs facing each other. To the dark oak wood stair to the left, we're going to place down a zombie head and an end rod coming off of it for the machine gun for this little bottom turreted section here. And once you have that all complete, that'll pretty much do it for layer number 7. Here's what it looks like from above. Actually, I think that was layer 6, my bad. So that's going to do it there for layer 6. Here's what it looks like from above so far. And with that complete, we can go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 7. Alrighty guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 7. For layer 7 to begin with, we're going to go ahead and go to the front here, place down a row of 2 of green stained clay on top of these 2 mossy cobblestone walls, followed by a stone button on both sides like that. Once that's done, we're going to place down also 2 stone buttons on the front of these green stained clay blocks, and that'll do it there for the front. Going ahead and going back from these 2 green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down a row of 2 of mossy cobblestone walls. We then want to go ahead and go to the wall that's on the outside here, in line with our iron bars. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate like this, followed by a dark oak wood slab. We then want to place down a row of 2 of iron bars, so 1 and 2. We're then going to follow that up by placing down a dark oak wood fence post, followed by a iron bar like this. We're then going to go ahead and go to the middle space here. We're going to place down 2 dark oak wood upstairs stairs, back to back like that. Going ahead and coming off the stair right here, we're going to place down an iron bar. And just kind of do the same thing we did for the front there. So a dark oak wood fence post, followed by a row of 2 of iron bars, a dark oak wood slab, a dark oak wood fence gate, right here, a row of 2 mossy cobblestone walls, and then 2 green stained clay blocks. Again, same thing as we did before, stone buttons on both sides and also on the back here. Now when we get to this section here, it's a little bit different compared to what we've been doing. So we want to go ahead and actually place down a slab that's actually going to come off the side here. So we're actually going to go ahead and place down a top slab that kind of comes off this row 2 green stained clay out and at an angle. And same thing over here. So we may need to break these buttons just to get a good placing down. But you just want something that looks like this. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and take our dark oak with top slabs and place down 3 rows of 4 that go across here to kind of square this area off and kind of create the first kind of part here of the hull of the tank that's going to connect up to the wheels, or kind of connects up to it, I guess you can say. So you should get something that kind of looks like this for both wheels here on both sides once you get those complete. Once that's done, going again to the back here, we're going to go ahead and continue working on this. So for this, like we've been doing, we're going to go and place down a row of 4 of green hardened stained clay, starting on the second block here, and it's going to end right here on these dark oak with top slabs. We're going to go and then grab ourselves dark oak wood fence gates on the back here, place down dark oak wood fence gates on both sides here. We're then going to take mossy cobblestone walls, place down 1 and 2 on top of the 2 from the previous layer. We're then going to place down a row of 1 and 2 of green stained clay blocks going forward with stone button on both sides of the very last one here. So basically you have 2 rows of 2 here, and then 2 rows of 4 of green stained clay. And then we just want to go and take our dark oak wood stairs, place down a row of 4 of dark oak wood upstairs stairs, coming off those blocks toward the middle section here. Now for the middle section here, we're just going to place down 2 rows of 4 of green stained clay down the middle, followed by again stone buttons here on both ends. And then to the blocks out to the side, we're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks on both sides on these shulker boxes. And then again, like we did on the bottom there, some stone buttons on the sides there like that. Once that's all complete, that is going to do it for layer 7. With that, we can move on to our next layer, layer 8. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 8. Layer 8 is where we basically start to connect everything together. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer layer, but we are going to have a nice connection of everything, so it's going to look pretty nice. Anyways, to get started here, we are going to go ahead and go to the front here like we've been doing. Place down a row 2 of green stained clay across the front here, followed by 2 stone buttons again on the previous row 2 of green stained clay like that. Once that's done, going back from this green stink clay block, we're going to place down a row of 4 of iron bars. So 1, 2, and 3. So a nice row of 3 of iron bars. Going back, my apologies if I said 4. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate, followed by a row of 2 of iron bars. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood fence post right here on top of this iron bar, followed by a row of 2 of green stained clay. And we're going to place down stone buns on the outside here, and also stone buns on that green stained clay block on the inside. We also want to go ahead and actually go from this green stained clay block, and my apologies again, we actually want to go ahead and extend this out to the side there, like so, and we're also going to place down some stone buns on the side there, so just go ahead and kind of sprucing it up a little bit there. So with that all done, we can go ahead and do the same thing we did up there toward the front, going back here. So we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence post, followed by an 2 iron bars, followed by a dark oak wood fence gate again. So we're going to grab a fence gate, place down a fence gate, and then a row of 4 of iron bars going back like that. And then just 2 green stained clay blocks on the end here, stone buns on the side back of those blocks like so. Going toward the inside section here, and basically going kind of out to the sides, we actually want to go and place down a wooden trapdoor that kind of comes off this green stained clay block, going back and at an angle. And we're going to do the same thing over here. So just like this, out and at an angle like that. We're then going to go ahead and place down 1 more wooden trapdoor back on both sides. So just like this so far. We then want to place down 8 dark oak wood top slab, again on both sides. We're going to place down an additional 2 dark oak wood top slabs, so you have a row of 3 of dark oak wood top slabs on both sides. We're then going to go ahead and go down 2 dark oak wood slabs. Same thing over here. Row of 2 of dark oak wood slabs like this. So you get something that kind of looks like that. And then when we get back to this section here, we're actually going to go ahead and switch out the second dark oak wood slab here with actually a dark oak wood stair like that on both sides there. So I do apologize for that. And then we're going to place down a green hardened stained clay block on both sides like this, stone bun like that, so it's coming off the front of those dark oak wood stairs. We then want to place down an additional green stained clay block back on both sides, leaving a space in the middle here open. When we get to this section here, we're going to take green hardened stained clay. Starting from this section here, we're going to place down a row of 4 of green stained clay across the section here, and then we're going to place down 1 more block that kind of comes out to the side there, like that. We then want to place down a mossy cobblestone wall in between these green stained clay blocks here. And then coming off this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a narrow mossy cobblestone wall out to the side. We're going to go ahead and start the same thing with a row of green stained clay all the way out to equal that mossy cobblestone wall. And then we're going to do another row like we did right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 green stained clay blocks and a mossy cobblestone wall right there. Now once that's done, we want to go ahead and just place down a long row of green stained clay going all the way across in between these rows to basically connect up to both sides here. So they're going to go ahead and connect up to the middle section. So you have a nice basically section here of green stained clay that's going to go all the way across, and they're going to basically connect up to each other from the front there. We're going to go ahead and then go to the front space here. We're going to go ahead and go to the middle 4 green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down 4 green stained clay blocks coming off those blocks toward the front, followed by stone buns on the side of those blocks. We then want to take mossy cobblestone walls, place down 1 and 2 to the side, and then we're going to place down 2 stone buns out to the side of those green stained clay blocks for the front there. So you get something that looks like this, and stuff that looks like that from up above so far. When we get done with that, we're going to go ahead and take green stained clay blocks again. We're going to place down a row of what is going to be 12. So starting in the middle here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 out to the sides here. So it's going to be on both sides, starting from our middle blocks, which are obviously right there. So once that's done, we're then going to take our mossy cobblestone walls, place down 1 and 2 out to the sides, and 1 and 2 and 3 stone buttons after that going to the side. Once that's done there, we're going to place down a row of 4 of green stained clay across the middle space again, and then a mossy cobblestone wall to the side. We're then going to place down a row of 3 of stone buttons along those 3 green stained clay blocks right there. We then want to place down a second row of 4 of green stained clay, stone button on both sides, followed by a third row of green stained clay going across, again a stone button on both sides, and then a fourth row of 4 of green stained clay, again stone buttons on both ends like that. And then on the back here, we're just going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks in the middle, mossy cobblestone wall on both sides, and a dark oak wood fence gate thrown off those 2 green stained clay blocks. So basically, at the end of it, you should have something that looks like this once you copy the other side over completely. and you'll have a look that looks something like this. Just to give you a better count, between these two green snakeweed blocks here, we should have a total of 24 green snakeweed blocks going across. Anyways, with that all done, that's going to do it for layer number 8. With that, we can move on to layer 9. One quick adjustment I want to make before we move on to layer 9 is adjusting some of the stuff inside here. So before we went ahead and placed down these dark oak wood stairs, the upside down one and the regular stair here, we actually want to go ahead and remove these stairs. They were part of the iron bars a little bit earlier on, and after I was done recording that layer, I kind of realized it looked a little bit weird, and sure enough, those weren't supposed to be there. So my apologies on that, but basically you should have a nice kind of clear inner rim like this, and once that's all complete, that will finish that off, and now we can move on to our next layer, layer 9. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we're going ahead and moving on to layer 9. So for layer 9, we're going to go ahead and again start off with our wheels. We're going to place down 2 green snakeweed blocks on top of these 2 right here. Stone buttons are going to wrap around the sides and also the front sides, obviously facing the front of the wheel there. Once that's done, going ahead and going back from these green snakeweed blocks, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3, and actually 4 iron bars that go back from this green snakeweed block. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood top slab, followed by a dark oak wood fence gate, and then we're going to place down a green snakeweed block, and then one more block right behind it going toward the middle here on both ends, a stone button like this. Once that's done, going back from this these 2 green snakeweed blocks, we're going to place down additional 3 blocks to go back, so 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go ahead and then grab ourselves some shulker boxes, and on the inside, these 2 green snakeweed blocks, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 shulker boxes coming off those blocks. And then over here on the other side, we're going to place down a shulker box coming off this green snakeweed block, and then a dark oak wood upside down stair coming off of it, going toward the front there, like so. Now, with that all done, we're going to go ahead and then take stone brick stairs, and we're going to place down a row of stone brick upside down stairs that are going to go in between these shulker boxes, and basically all the way across to kind of connect up to each other. I believe this is in total going to be a row of 14, or sorry, my bad, a row of 12 of stone brick upside down stairs going across. And the same thing is going to happen right here. So just a row of 12, basically of these stone brick stairs back to back like that to create the center axle. Once that's finished there, we're going to go ahead and go to both sides here and resume work. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate on top of this wooden trapdoor on both sides like this. Going back from the fence post, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair like that on both sides. When we're done with that, we're then going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence post again on both sides behind those stairs, and we can also go ahead and real quickly make it a little bit easier on ourselves and just resume the line right here. So coming off this green snakeweed block here on top of this iron bar, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate followed by a dark oak wood top slab. We then want to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars back. We're then going to place down 2 green snakeweed blocks on top of the middle 2 right here. And then, like we've been doing, stone buttons on this side right back here. Now, resuming along the sides here, going back from this fence post here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside or regular stair like that with its back to the fence post. Coming off the fence post, or the dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down another dark oak wood fence post on both sides. We then want to place down a dark oak wood stair over this dark oak wood slab with its back to the fence post like that. And once that's finished there, come off this stair, we're going to place down again a dark oak wood fence post. Like that, so you have kind of an alternating pattern going on here. We're then going to go ahead and go to both snakeweed of this row 2 of green snakeweed blocks, place down a green snakeweed block to both sides, and a stone button to the side as well. Continuing on, we're going to go ahead and go basically back from this green snakeweed block here, so we're just going to place down one more green snakeweed block back. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall on top of this one. Going ahead and coming off this mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a green snakeweed block to the side, mossy cobblestone wall, and when we get to this section right here, we want to go ahead and place down a green wool block, basically coming off this mossy cobblestone wall to the side, followed by, or sorry, my bad, it's actually going to be indented, so it's going to be right here next to that green snakeweed block. We then want to take dark oak wood top slabs and place down 1, 2, and 3 dark oak wood top slabs that come out to the side, so you have 2 sticking out right here like that. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and continue on by placing down a mossy cobblestone wall on top of this one, followed by a green snakeweed block going toward the inside, going back from that with a stone button on the side here like that. And that's going to kind of do it there for your sponson on the side here. We then want to go ahead and go to this middle section here. We're going to go back from this green snakeweed block, place down 1 back right here, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 green snakeweed blocks to kind of close this section off right there. Along the back section here, we can go ahead and build off of this. So we're going to go ahead and go from this green snake wood block, place down 1, 2, 3, and 4. And actually, sorry, yeah, actually 4 green snake wood blocks. So you have a nice row of 5 along the side here. We're going to go ahead and go to the last 3 going toward the middle. We're going to place down 3 mossy cobblestone walls across the middle there, just like that. So you have 1 block left over, and then the stone button block like that. Coming off these mossy cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 green snake clay blocks across. We're going to place down a stone button on the first green snake clay block here, and the third, and then a mossy cobblestone wall coming off the fourth. We can then go up to the front here and also do a little bit of work on this. So coming off this green snake clay block, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 over. We then want to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls on top of these 2 right here. And then on top of these 4 green snakeweed blocks across the middle here, we're going to place down 4 green snakeweed blocks and a stone button on this one to the side here. And then obviously it's just going to be the same thing over here on this side that you're going to duplicate over. Now on the back section here, in between these mossy cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a row of 4 green stained clay. That's going to just go across the previous row of 4, followed by a second row of 4, a third row of 4, and then a fourth row of 4 going all the way across. So we're going to place down a stone button on the second row on both sides, and the fourth row again on both sides here. And then 2 dark oak wood fence gates coming off the middle, 2 green snakewood blocks like that. We should get something that looks like this so far. You can see you got a little bit of interior space if you want to play around with it. But you should get something that looks like this so far for it. It looks like a mess right now, but it's going to slowly start to come together more and more as we continue on. Anyways, that's going to do it for layer 9. Let's move on to layer 10. Alright guys, so going ahead and move on to our next layer. We have layer number 10. We are pretty much at our halfway point with the build. This is going to, well, basically the last point was kind of the halfway one, and now we're kind of starting to slowly continue on, and we're going to slowly start to enclose the wheels and the hull and all that stuff. So we're a little over halfway in the tutorial, almost there. So let's keep rolling. So to start off with from the front here, we're going to go ahead and place down 2 green stained clay blocks on top of these 2 in the front. Again, stone buttons here all the way around, like that for the front. After that's all done, we're going to go and then take our iron bars. We're going to place down a row of 4 on top of these ones right here. So row of 4 of iron bars that go across like that. We then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood slab that is, it's going to be a dark oak wood top slab. So just like we did before, so a dark oak wood top slab like this, followed by what is going to be a dark oak wood fence gate on top of this right here. Now, once that's done, we're going to take green stained clay, like we did before. We're going to place down a row of 2 here, stone buttons on both sides. We're then going to go and continue on by placing down 3 more green stained clay blocks that go back from these 2, so you have 2 rows of 4 here. Going toward the inside here, like we did before, we're going to place down 2 green shulker boxes, come out the middle, 2 green stained clay blocks. And then we just want to place down, again, an additional 2 rows of 12 of stone brick stairs. This time they're going to be basically regular stairs back to back on top here to go and make the top of the axle, and you'll have your axle complete, which looks something kind of like that. Now after that's all finished, moving into the sides, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair on top of this one right here, so to kind of round this section off, followed by another shulker box right behind the stair like so. Going ahead and continuing on, we then want to place down a dark oak wood fence gate, or fence post on top of this one right here. Going to the middle here on top of this dark oak wood fence gate, we're going to go ahead and place down another fence gate on top of it, a dark oak wood top set back from the fence gate, followed by a row of 4 of iron bars, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 back. We're then going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks in the middle here, and again stone buttons on the side, like that, continuing that pattern up. Now when we get to this section here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair that is going to go on top of this stair like so. We're going to place down another dark oak wood fence post right here, right behind the stair. We then want to place down another upside down dark oak wood stair on top of this one right here, followed by a dark oak wood fence post like this, another upside down dark oak wood stair on top of this one, so like this. So you can kind of see the pattern we're going for here, and then another dark oak wood fence post on top of this one right here. On the inside, we're going to do the same thing, so fence post, the upside down stair, a fence post, upside down stair, fence post, upside down stair, and fence post like that. Like we did before, on both sides here, we're going to place down a green stained clay block coming off those 2 fence posts, and we're going to basically follow the outline from the previous layer. So on top of the green stained clay blocks, we're going to go and place down green stained clay blocks, close this area off, and then on top of the green wool blocks, we're going to place down a green wool block, and then on top of these dark oak wood top slabs, we're going to place down green carpet. And then across the back here, 2 green stink clay blocks. Or sorry, 5 green stink clay blocks across. Stone button. We're going to go ahead and place down 3 mossy cobblestone walls on top of these ones right here. Followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 green stink clay blocks on top of these ones. Again, same thing with the stone buttons on the first and third block from going toward the middle. And then we want to go ahead and place down another mossy cobblestone wall on top of this one right here. In the front, same thing. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 across, followed by a row of 2 of mossy cobblestone walls on top of this running right here. In the middle space right here, row of 4 green stink clay, stone button here on both sides, just like that. And also on the sides of this row of 4 green stink clay, we're just going to place down a stone button here on both sides like that. We also want to go ahead and go to this section here and on these mossy cobblestone walls up here, or on the sides, we're going to place down 1 more up. And the same thing right here, just to kind of continue that design there. Once that's all finished, you're going to basically have the same kind of outline as we had before. Pretty straightforward there. And we can then move back to this section here. So in between these mossy cobblestone walls on the back, we're going to place down a row of 4 green stained clay. We then want to place down a second row of 4 that goes across just like this. Once that's all done there, we're going to go and place down a green stained clay block on both sides, followed by a row of 2 of spruce wood planks across the middle here. On the left plank, we're going to place down a stone button. On the right plank, we're going to place down a sign. And then we're just going to place down a dark oak wood stair on both sides there like that. And that'll be the start there for the door for the crew to enter and exit the vehicle. When that's all done there, you should have something that looks just like this. And we can then go ahead and move on to our next layer, which is going to be layer number 11. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 11. For layer 11, to begin with, we're going to go and place down 2 green stink clay blocks on top of these 2 right here, followed by 2 stone buttons only on the side facing toward the front there. Going back from these green stink clay blocks, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 iron bars back, followed by a dark oak wood fence gate after that, like so. We then want to place down 1 and 2 iron bars going back from that. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood fence post like this, followed by a row of 2 of green stained clay on the side of these 2 green stained clay blocks. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 stone buttons, and we're also going to place down a row of 2 green stained clay blocks going toward the middle here, going back from those blocks, and then also 2 stone buttons on the inside here. We're then going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood fence post, come off this green stained clay block here, followed by a row of 1 and 2 iron bars. We're then going to place down another dark oak wood fence gate, like so, followed by a row of what is going to be 3 iron bars. So 1, 2, and 3 iron bars going back, followed by 2 green stained clay blocks, and like we've been doing, 2 stone buttons on the inside there. Then going out to the sides here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves green carpet. We're going to place down a green carpet on top of this dark oak wood fence post, dark oak wood upside down stair, same thing on the inside here. We then want to take our dark oak wood slabs, place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 slabs back. Same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3 back on top of the fence post and upside down stairs. We then want to place down a dark oak wood top slab on both sides of the second iron bar, or to the sides here like that. And then we want to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair, like this, coming off the dark oak wood top slab on both sides like that. When that's finished on both ends of this row of 2 here, green stained clay, we're just going to place down another green stained clay block going out to the sides on both sides, and again a stone button on both ends. When that's all finished there, we can go ahead and basically fill in the middle space here, and this is going to pretty much kind of replicate what we've been doing, so it's going to be pretty much the same thing up, only difference up here in the front. So we're going to kind of do the same thing we've been doing. So we're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks on top of these 2, 1 out to the side here, mossy cobblestone wall that goes up, 1 that goes up right here. This section here is a little bit different. We're going to place down a green stained clay block on this this green wool block, and then 1 that sticks out to the side here with a stone button on the side. We're then going to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall next to it, and then we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 green stained clay blocks going back from the mossy cobblestone wall. On the side here, we're going to place down a stone button, followed by a second stone button over, and then also a third. And then we want to place down a row of 2 of mossy cobblestone walls. Continuing on to the side, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down 3 stone buttons on the first 3 blocks here, and then a mossy cobblestone wall that's going to be on top of this one right here, and going to be next to this green stained clay block. For the front section up here, we want to go ahead and take our green stained clay blocks, kind of wrap it around this section here, so 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 right there. On the space on this row of 4 here, we're going to place down a green stained clay block on the side, followed by a dark oak with top slab, and then 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks to the side here. And come off those 2 green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls, and also we're going to place down a stone button on this green stained clay block right there. For the front section here, next to this mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a dark oak with top slab, followed by 2 green stained clay blocks there in the middle, and then obviously you're going to do the same thing over there on that side. And you'll have the front kind of viewports here for the drivers, I think, or whatever's going on in there. And then in between these mossy cobblestone walls on the back here, we're just going to place down a row of 2 green stained clay, row of 4 green stained clay across in between, a second row of green stained clay after those, a dark oak wood stair here on both sides, a row of 2 spruce wood planks across the middle, a sign, and then we're also going to go ahead and place down a zombie head over here coming off the right spruce wood plank like that for the back here. And overall, you should get something that kind of looks like this for layer number 11, and you'll start to see a lot of the shapes starting to take place, and the whole of it actually almost complete. So with that, that's going to do it for layer number 11. With that, let's move on to layer 12. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 12. Now one quick, a little addition or a little fix I want to make from the previous layer is that this space right in here, we actually want to go and fill with green stained clay blocks. So we do want to make sure that this space is filled in. We can also make sure that this space is all filled in here. This space we're going to leave open, and the middle kind of chunk here we can leave open as well. As you can see, if we left it open, we would have a bit of the top here exposed. So we do want to make sure that that is all covered up and squared away, so that we can go ahead and properly do layer number 12. Anyways, to go ahead and get started with this layer, we're going to go ahead and go to these green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks on top of these, stone buttons on the sides, all the way around. We then want to go ahead and place down a row of 2 of mossy cobblestone walls going back from those green stained clay blocks. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate, come off this mossy cobblestone wall, followed by a dark oak wood slab, like this going back. We then want to place down 2 iron bars going back, followed by a dark oak wood fence post, and then a iron bar just like this. We then want to place down 2 dark oak wood stairs, back to back like this on top of these 2 green stained clay blocks. Going back from this dark oak wood stair, we're going to place down a iron bar, followed by a dark oak wood fence post. We're then going to place down 2 iron bars, going back, and then a dark oak wood slab, and a dark oak wood fence gate. So let's go ahead and grab a fence gate. So a fence gate like this, coming off the slab. We then want to place down a row of 2 of mossy cobblestone walls, followed by 2 green stained clay blocks like this, and 2 stone buttons on the basically sides here of these blocks. Also on the sides here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some green carpets and some zombie heads. We're going to go ahead and place down 2 green carpets on this upside down dark oak wood stair and this dark oak wood top slab, same thing there on both sides. Coming off this green stained clay block in this space right here, we're going to place down a zombie head at about a 45 degree angle here on both ends. When that's done there, we're going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood slab going back from the zombie head here on both sides, followed by a row of 3 of dark oak wood slabs across the middle. When that's done there, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood slabs back, 1 and 2 over here on this side as well. On the innermost side, we're going to grab ourselves a redstone repeater and a spruce wood slab. We're going to place down a redstone repeater with its notches flicked out to the side, and then a spruce wood slab like that for the hatch here on the inside, and then 2 dark oak wood slabs right here, so you kind of get an idea what we're doing. So just like that. And of course, it's going to be the same thing over on the air side as well, so you can go and make sure that that's all squared away as well. We then want to go ahead and also grab ourselves stone buttons. We're going to place down a stone button on these 2 green stained clay blocks and also this green stained clay block right there. So make sure that that is all done right there. Now going toward the inside here, we're going to take our green carpet. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 green carpets, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're just going to place down 2 right here in this section. When we get to this section here, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall. That's going to go on top of this one right here, and also on top of this one like this. In between those mossy cobblestone walls, we're going to place down a row of 4 green stained clay. That goes back. On the sides of this row of 4, we're going to place down a stone button on both ends like that. In the middle space here, we're going to take our green stained clay. Starting off in the front here on top of this top slab, we're going to place down a green stained clay block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 green stained clay blocks back, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall. On the side here of this green stained clay block, we're going to place down a stone button, and also for the past 2 layers, we should have been putting stone buttons here, but I forgot to do them, so I can go and put them in right there. And we also want to place down a stone button on this green stained clay block, and that's going to be on both sides there. So just like that. Going up here toward the front, coming off this row of green stained clay, we're going to place down a stone button right here. For our middle 2 rows here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 green stained clay blocks back, followed by, again, a row of 2 of spruce wood planks here across in between these mossy cobblestone walls. And then we're going to place down a stone button over here on the left side, and then a sign over here to the right side like that for the back door. Once that's all done there, that is going to pretty much do it for layer number 12. And with that, we can move on to layer 13. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer 13. For layer 13, we're going to go ahead and take our mossy cobblestone walls. We're going to place down 1 and 2 across the top of these 2 green stained clay blocks. After that's done, we're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks right behind those mossy cobblestone walls. On the outermost side, we're going to go ahead and take our iron bars, place down 1, 2, and 3 back. We're then going to follow it up by placing down a dark oak wood fence post, followed by a row of 1 and 2 of iron bars across. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood stair like this on top of this upside down stair, and one over here as well, so you get something that looks just like that. After that's done, we're going to go and take our iron bars again, place down 1 and 2 back, followed by a dark oak wood fence post, followed by 1, 2, and 3 iron bars that go back like so. Once that's done, we're going to place down a row of 2 of green stained clay on top of those 2 mossy cobblestone walls, and then 2 mossy cobblestone walls come off those 2 green stained clay blocks. We then want to go ahead and go to this section here. We're going to go ahead and place down a mossy cobblestone wall on top of these 2 right here, followed by a row of 4 in between them. Like we did before, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone button that goes up on both sides, like so. For the next row over, we're going to take our green stained clay, place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So basically, right here next to the ending, right next to these mossy cobblestone walls on both sides. And then we just want to take a dark oak wood slab, place down 1 back, and then a zombie head here at about a 45-degree angle on top of this mossy cobblestone wall. For our middle 2 rows here, we're going to place down a row of 6 of green stained clay. So right here and equal with this one, so you should have 4 rows of 6 for the middle here. And then we want to place down 2 dark oak wood slabs going back on each side there to cover up the door, so you get something that looks like this. And once that's done there, that is going to pretty much wrap up layer number, or my bad, let's see, that got messed up there. Let me fix that real quick. That's going to wrap up layer 13. With that, we can move on to our next layer, layer 14. Alright guys, go ahead and move on to our next layer. We're going to move on to layer 14. For layer 14, we're going to place down 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks on top of these 2. We're going to go ahead and take some stone buttons, and we're going to go and take stone buttons that basically wrap around the fronts and sides of these blocks, so just like this. Once that's done, coming off those 2 green stained clay blocks, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood stairs. We then want to place down an iron bar, followed by a dark oak wood fence post. We're then going to place down 2 iron bars, a dark oak wood fence post, and then 2 iron bars across the tops of these 2 stairs. We're going to do the same thing over here, iron bar, dark oak wood fence post, 2 iron bars that go back, dark oak wood fence post, and then again 2 iron bars like that alternating pattern. So 1 iron bar, so kind of that alternating pattern across the top there. We then want to place down 2 upside down dark oak wood stairs like this after the iron bar right here, and then 2 green stained clay blocks right behind those upside down stairs with again stone buttons wrapped around the sides there, all the way around like that. Once that's done, we're going to go to the inside here. We want to go and take green carpet. We're going to place it down across this row 4 of green stained clay. We're going to take green carpet and go ahead and go across this row 4 right here, and also in the back here, this row like that. Now in the middle space right here, we're going to go and place down a mossy cobblestone wall in each one of these corners, a row 2 of green stained clay in between these mossy cobblestone walls, and then a row 2 in between these. So you have basically a square on top here, 2 green stained clay blocks, mossy cobblestone wall on both sides, kind of a rounding pattern all the way across the top there, so you get something that looks just like that. And once that's finished there, that's going to do it for layer number 14. With that, we can move on to layer 15. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 15. For layer 15, we're going to go ahead and start off by placing down 1 and 2 green stained clay blocks on these 2 dark oak wood stairs. We then want to go and take some buttons, and we're going to go and wrap some buttons all the way around them like so. On the back of these blocks, we're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls. We then want to place down an iron bar on top of this dark oak wood fence post, followed by a second iron bar back. We're then going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair. So just like this, coming off this iron bar like that. Going from the back of the stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars across, another upside down dark oak wood stair, and then 1 and 2 iron bars going forward. We're then going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall right here on top of this iron bar, 1 out to the side there, and then we're going to place down 2 green stained clay blocks behind those mossy cobblestone walls, stone buttons around these mossy cobblestone walls. For this section right here, we're just going to go ahead and place down basically another row on top of the previous row here. So green snakeway blocks on top of green snakeway blocks and mossy cobblestone walls on top of mossy cobblestone walls, and continue this up on the back here. With that done, that's going to do it for layer 15. Let's move on to layer 16. Alright guys, moving on to layer 16. For layer 16, we're going to start off by going to the front here. We're going to place down 2 mossy cobblestone walls on top of these 2 green snakeway blocks. We then want to place down 2 green snakeway blocks back from the mossy cobblestone walls, stone buttons on both sides. Come off these green snakeway blocks, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood upside stairs going toward the middle. Come off this stair right here, we're going to place down an iron bar, followed by a dark oak wood upside down stair on the back of it, so just like that. We're then going to go ahead and take some iron bars. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 across, coming off the front of the stair, followed by another dark oak wood stair like that coming off this side. Behind the stair, we're going to place down an iron bar, and then we're going to go do the same thing we did over there on the other side of the wheel, so 2 dark oak wood upside down stairs, followed by 2 green snakeway blocks, stone buttons on both sides, and then 2 mossy cobblestone walls on the back of those green snakeway blocks. Going ahead and going back to the middle section here, we want to go ahead and go to our middle 2 rows here. We're going to place down basically a row of 6, so 2 rows of 6 across the middle here. We're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall out to both sides here. We're going to place down a row of 4 green snakeway, and then going out to the sides again, a mossy cobblestone wall, come off these 2 green snakeway blocks on the sides here, and then 2 green snakeway blocks in between those mossy cobblestone walls. So you get something that looks like this. It's kind of a nice circle in the middle there, like that. And once that's all complete, that is going to do it for layer 16. With that, let's move on to layer 17. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer 17. For layer 17, we're going to start off by placing down stone buttons on top of these green snakeway blocks here. We then want to place down a row of 2 green snakeway, followed by a stone button on both ends of this row of 2. After that, we're going to place down another row of 2 green snakeway going back, followed by 2 dark oak with top steps. On these 4 iron bars in the middle here, we're going to place down another row of 4 of iron bars on top of them. So just like this. Once that's done, we then want to go ahead and continue on by just duplicating what we've been doing. So we're going to place down a row of 2 green snakeway right here, 2 dark oak with top slabs. We then want to go and place down another row of 2 green snakeway going back, stone buttons on both sides like this, and then 2 stone buttons on top of these 2 green snakeway blocks there. Then going back here to this section, it's a little bit different. We're going to place down 2 upside down stairs, basically facing each other like this on top here like that. We're going to go ahead and go to the left stair, place down a zombie head with an end rod coming off of it like that. Out to the sides again, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall. Coming off the mossy cobblestone wall, going back, we're going to place down a dark oak with top slab, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to the side. We then want to place down a dark oak with upside down stair, followed by a second upside down stair coming off of it. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a zombie head again, and also a end rod, place down a zombie head coming off this dark oak with stair, and then a end rod coming out to the side off the zombie head. We're going to place down another mossy cobblestone wall on the back of this dark oak wood stair, followed by a dark oak wood top slab coming off this mossy cobblestone wall, another mossy cobblestone wall back, and then across the back here we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood stairs. And we then also want to go ahead and actually switch this up a bit. So this zombie head we're actually going to move to the side here like this, and then delete this one. And then over here on the back we're going to place down a zombie head coming off the right dark oak wood upside down stair like that, and an end rod coming off of it, so you get something that looks like this from up above, for the top machine guns that wrap around there. And once that's done, that's going to do it for layer number 17. And with that, we can move on to our last final layer, layer 18. Alright guys, moving on to our last final layer, we have layer number 18. For layer 18, to go ahead and get started here, we're going to take our green snakeway blocks. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 2 on top of these dark oak with top slabs for the wheels, followed by a second row, a third row, a fourth row, a fifth row, and a sixth row back. We're going to go to both ends, place down 2 dark oak wood slabs on both sides, followed by 2 stone buttons on these green snakeway blocks. Same thing over here. And then, like we did before, stone buttons on these 2 green snakeway blocks. The first 2, the third and fourth, and then the 6th, like this on both sides. And then we just want to go ahead and go to the top of these green snakeway blocks and just go and take some stone buttons and run them all the way across the top here. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Just like that. And once you have that done, that's going to do it for these big wheels, which have been a complete pain in the butt. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the back section here. On top of these 2 dark oak wood stairs here, upside down ones, we're going to go and place down 2 zombie heads here, kind of angled toward each other about at the same angle. So I did kind of a slighter angle here, so kind of a 30-degree angle, so it's kind of a mellow angle like that. And we just want to go ahead and go around each of these dark oak wood upside down stairs and just go ahead and make sure that we kind of duplicate that over And they're very nice slight angles, so it's going to kind of help in the curvature all the way around. Now once that's done, coming off of each one of these zombie heads, we're going to place down a dark oak stair. So it's going to go and go like this, all the way around with the faces of the stairs facing toward the zombie heads. In the corners here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab on top of the top slab, like this. And in the middle space in between these stairs, we should have a space of 4. We're going to place down 4 green stick wood blocks here to fill in that space in the middle. And once that's all done, that's going to wrap up the Tsar tank. Definitely a very interesting armored vehicle, and something that hopefully you can all find a unique use for. But it's been a while since we've done a World War I vehicle, so this one kind of comes in with a bang. Definitely being probably the biggest World War I vehicle we've done, but also probably one of the most unique. Anyways, hope you guys do enjoy this vehicle. If you guys do end up using this design, do I say you guys give me proper credit for it. Obviously, a lot of work went into it, and took me a while to record. So if you guys do end up using that, do I say you guys give me proper credit for this? This may be from the side of the build, tweet to my channel, or this video with the Desert Paint social media sites. Just be sure to get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for in doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these videos. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. And that, thank you guys all so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick 2x4, and I'll see you guys next time.